Hello wonderful people, I welcome you to today's video. We're going to talk about how to rig a car in Cinema 4D 2024. So quickly, let's import our model. So I'll go to File, Merge. Here's the model I want to use. I'm going to click on that and say Open. And the model has been imported here. You can see it. So we're going to clean it up. It's also here, but it's kind of small, so I'm going to zoom in using this scale camera. And if you look very well, you can see our model is clipping. So let me try and adjust that. I'll go to Edit, Scene Setting. Then I come down to this place. Project is active, so I'm going to come down to View Clipping. I'm going to switch from medium to small or tiny. So that takes care of the clipping. So we are good to go. Now, in order to rig this model, I need to clean it up. And what is cleaning up? I need to separate the wheels, the brake calipers from the body of the model. So this is how to go about it. I start from the wheel. So I click on the tire. Then I go into my object manager. I'm going to hold S on the keyboard. And this is the tire here highlighted. So I turn it off like this. Then I select other parts and also turn them off the same way. Now, this particular one I selected now is not visible on the object manager. So I have to press X on the keyboard and to be revealed. So this, I have to press S. And lastly, this one here, S on the keyboard. And that is it. I've selected everything about this wheel. So what I'm going to do now is to group them together into a null. So this is how I do that. I come to the object manager. This is my selection. From here, I click on the first one, then shift click the last one. Then I go to object. This is object. I come to group object, or I simply use Alt G on the keyboard to do this. And here is it. So if I open it, I can bring it back on. Then I'm going to hide it at the null level. Then now this is the brake caliper. I'm going to do the same thing to it. I'm going to look for it here, and this is it. So I'm going to put it into a null because I want to give it a name. So I click on that, go to object, group object, and I turn it off. So I now go to the other side of the model. I click on this. I press S on the keyboard. It becomes big. Then I press X on the object manager, and this is it. I turn it off. So I select every other part of this wheel and I'll turn them off. Now this part is not visible on the object manager, so I'm going to press X on the keyboard. That is it. So now that I'm done with this, I have to group them into a null. So I select the first one here and I shift select the last one. I go to Object, Alt G, and I'm going to turn them on again and hide it at the null level. So that's that for this. So it's time for the back wheel. So I'm going to turn it off as well. Select every component. So since this part will not be steering, I'm going to let it be like that. I'm not going to add it. So now that I have this, I'm going to click on the last one here, then shift, click on the first one here, then go to Object, Group Object. I'm going to unhide it and hide it at the null level. Then the brake caliper as well. I'm going to add a null. And that's all for this. So I go over to the other side. So this is it. I hide. All right. So it's time to group them. So I select the first from here and I go down to this. I'll shift, click here, then Object, Group Object. Then I'll go back and unhide. Then I'll hide on the null level. Then for this, we'll add a null as well. And that is that. So right now, we have the 4 wheels and the brake caliper grouped. So I'm going to move them to the top. So this is what I'm going to do. So first I click on this, then hold Control, click on the second. While still holding Control, I click on all of them. Then I'm going to hold this one and drag it to the top. So I place it beneath the car model. So what it simply means that everything from here downwards to the end now belongs to the car body. So this is what I'll do. I'll click the first one here and I'm going to go down. Then while holding the shift, I'm going to click the last one. Then I'm going to say object, group object. So now this becomes the body of the car. So let me just say car body. I have two calipers here. And I can spot a mistake. This caliper goes together with the body and I don't want that, so I'm going to bring it out. So I'm going to open this, click on this, then come over to here, and this is it. So I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to add null to it. Okay. So we are good to go. Okay, what we can do now is to begin to name the various parts of the model. So starting from the front, this should become my front left wheel. So I'm going to go front left wheel. Then the second one is a front left brake. Front left brake or brake caliper, whatever. And I'm going to hide that. So I'm going to turn to the other side. And that's it. And that is this. So this is a front right wheel. And this. Okay, this brake is inside the body, so let's go get it. So this is it. I'm going to move it to the top. So I'm going to give it front right brake. So I'm going to hide that. So let's go to the back now. So this is a back left wheel. And this back left brake. Go to the other side. back right wheel, and this back right brake. So altogether, I'm going to move this to the top, which is the body. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Then we can also bring out the steering. So I'll quickly turn the car like this. And this is the steering. So I want to select the steering. I zoom in, and here is the steering. So the steering is inside the car body. So I'm going to look for it. I'm going to press X on the keyboard, and here is the steering. So I'm going to make it a null object by adding object or G, then so I'm going to drag it out, and we are good to go. So what I have done now is that I have succeeded in cleaning up this model in readiness for rigging. So in order to make sure everything is right, I'm going to count this now. So we should have 4 wheels, 4 brakes, the steering and the body, making it a total of 10. This is 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Alright, so we are good to go. We can save the work now.